It is so important to be mindful of who you give your time to, who you who you share with when you are deep in integration of some big change, personal transformation, uh, new ideas, formulating new ideas or directions you want to go, creative projects. It's so important to be conscious of who you're sharing with about where you're at with things when you are still in the integration phase and not fully landed in clarity or stability yet. Because sharing with the wrong people, people who are not supportive of you, and this doesn't have to mean that they love your idea or they love what you're doing or whatever, but it's that someone who can just meet you in neutrality. Even it doesn't have to be that they are just, you know, just love everything you do and super positive. It's not about that. It's about someone who can just meet you in a neutral state. That is a good thing. That's a very good thing when you are in an integration phase. However, so many in our society and our spheres, so many of our relationships will have people who can meet us more negatively or maybe unpredictably. Maybe they're not always that way, but there can be an unpredictability there. And when we're in integration, it's very important to protect ourselves because it's so important to land in our own clarity and not in someone else's clarity or someone else's ideas of how we should be or the direction we're going in or any kind of judgment about exactly where we're at in our process. So go through the people that are in your sphere that you interact with the most and just categorize who are the people that always meet me in a neutral place. It's consistently that way. I can trust that they are going to meet me at where I'm at without any judgment. And covet those people at those times when you're in your integration. And be aware of the people who are less predictable, um, because sometimes they have met you in a negative state. And I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with those people. I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm saying that because I think we all have times where we're not um, we're not ready to meet people, and I think too it's also really good that if you're going to share something that's still incubating, you're still integrating, it's tender, is if it's someone who's a little more uncertain, to get a feel of where they're at first. And if you know they're not in a place where they can hold you in neutrality, to don't share. Don't share. Do another time. Because it can scramble you. It can so scramble you when you have an interaction with someone and they meet you with criticism, judgment, they bring negativity into your integration before you have really landed on solid ground with whatever it is that is formulating or reorganizing within you. And I mean, this isn't the worst thing necessarily, but it's going to slow you down. It's going to take you longer to get to that solid ground if you have other people's influences spinning around with you. And honestly, it's not just negativity, it's also the super positive people too can scramble us away from our clarity. So that's why I really want to say, like, pay attention to the people who can meet you neutral. They can just be a neutral mirror for you. those people are perfect to talk to when you are in this kind of a phase. People that are super positive, and definitely people who are unpredictable or tend towards the negative, just take a pause, or just know that it's not the time to share the the tenderness of integration with them. And um yeah, um do this as an exercise. Write it down on a piece of paper, all your people in your sphere. And remember, just because this is one thing that will accelerate your integration, is to be very careful about what you share with who. And it's not that you can't ever share about what you're going through with people who don't make the cut to neutrality. It's just about timing. Like, again, wait till you are on solid ground. You your head is on your shoulders, and then it's fine to share. But before then, it's just going to throw you off, and it'll take a little more time for you to pick up the pieces and figure out where you're at.